Get ready, the waves are 67. Yeah, yeah. You better ready, it's barreling down the line. It's Breakfast with Bob.
Macho Man! Thanks everyone for joining us. Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by HOKA, One Polar, Halo Neuroscience, Velofix. Today's plan, Normatec, Four Seasons Resort, Hualalai. We will be holding our championship edition on Sunday, Triathlete Magazine. Our next guest, 8-time world champion. We're talking Olympic silver medalist, 2-time 70.3 world champion. 5-time ITU world champion. He's done it all. Probably the most decorated triathlete in the history of our sport. Give it up for Mr. Javier Gomez. How you doing, Javi?
Very good, Bob. Thank you.
It's been a while. We were in San Diego a number of years ago.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Exactly.
It's good to be back here and have this chat with you.
I love it. So, first of all, talk about making the transition from Olympic distance to 70.3 and then here. That's a huge leap.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, though. Even though, as you said, I'm 8 times world champion, I'm still a rookie at this thing.
You are a rookie here.
So, it reminds me like 15 years ago when I was trying to win big races in Olympic distance. And I'm learning about myself, learning about the training of this specific distance. And, lots of challenges, lots of things to learn and improve. But I'm enjoying it so far.
What was the toughest part about doing, you were down in Australia at Cairns. That was their first full.
Yeah, that was my
you got
first
second
one.
to Brandon Curry. What was that event like for you? And because you guys were running side by side for a while.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like nutrition wise, I was very worried about that, and I think I did that pretty well. But I just had muscle problems the last 10K on the run, and to be honest, I hadn't trained that hard on the run yet, or I hadn't had the really long runs yet that I did now. So hopefully I improve on that. But I didn't make too many mistakes, which is a good thing for your first big Ironman. And it was a very fast race. I didn't expect to go under 8 hours. So even though I didn't win the race, it was still a pretty good race for me.
Pretty good, sub 8 hours. Yeah. Not bad at all. Over your career, from winning Xterra World Championships, 70.3 World Championships, do you look at one race as the best race you ever had?
There are a few that I really like. I mean, after I don't know how many races, I may have done more than 200, 300 international races, so it's hard to pick just one. But, the grand final in London, that sprint with Jonathan Brownlee for the title, that was one of most special races. But there are many other 70.3 World Championships, and I don't know, there's a few.
When I was at the 2015 World Championships in Chicago, right? ITU World Championships, and you and Mario Mola. And when we talk about how the sport has progressed, he ran sub 29 minutes.
That's right.
He ran 28 off the bike to win. You ran like 29:02 and lost.
Yeah, he was 28:58 and I was 29:02 or something like that.
Yeah, but when that just shows you the progression of the sport and how fast everybody's going now. And now then you guys are coming over to this distance and taking the speed to another level.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's such a different thing. Being good in Olympic distance doesn't mean much in Ironman.
Really?
You can, like guys like Jan, he did really great, and he was a great athlete in Olympic distance, and he performed amazingly in Ironman. But I've seen many others really good Olympic distance who never really did well in Ironman, and people who was not really successful in Olympic distance and then was really good in Ironman. So it's almost a different sport. It's so many different things that you have to care about that you don't really care in Olympic distance, such as nutrition and fueling and all that, and the type of training is very different. So being good in one doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be good in the other.
Compare the cycling, because when I watch ITU racing, it's almost a criterium type format, right? People are surging, tons of power, and then backing off.
Yeah.
This is more steady state a lot of times. I mean, it's changed a little bit, but it's different. How when you look at both?
Yeah, it's very different. ITU style is very, very tactical and depend on the course. Very technical most of the times as well. And you have to make the right moves and be smart all the time. And really intense moments, like some recovery moments. Here's more about pacing yourself, although I think it's also changing. There's a lot of tactics involved as well in long distance. And Yeah, but it's a 8 hours race, which 4.5 you spend on the bike. So the bike is really, really important here, way more than it is in ITU.
So you've raced against Alistair Brownlee for years and years and years, and obviously he's coming here at some point.
Some point.
Yes.
But he's not here this year, though.
He's not here this year. Exactly. You don't have to worry about him right now.
I race him enough.
Wait, I think there's day of race registration. He's going to sign up.
Yeah, he could probably.
He could sign up.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll do well at this distance and at this race?
To be honest, Alistair is the best athlete I ever raced in my life, no doubt. In Olympic distance, obviously.
Yes.
And he's capable. I've seen him doing so many amazing things that I wouldn't be surprised if he just comes here and wins the race,
Right.
He's capable of that. But as I said before, such a different story, this race, that you need to be good in the heat, you need to be able to pace yourself properly, and you need to be very good at nutrition during the race, all the fueling. So he would have to learn that as well, the same as I had to learn it too. So if he's good at that, for sure he can win. He has the talent, there's no doubt.
When I looked at the 70.3 World Championships this year in South Africa, we're talking about probably one of the greatest races we've ever seen. And especially with, here you got Jan Frodeno, gold medalist, and two-time Ironman world champion, yourself, Alistair Brownlee, two-time gold medalist, and Ben Canute, who was second last year, 70.3. And that race was, Jan went to a level that I don't think I'd ever seen before. Being in that race, that was pretty special.
It was pretty special, and people were very excited about us three racing together.
Yes.
And even though we raced together so many times in ITU in the past, but it was probably our first time, the three of us racing 70.3, and it was a very fast race. From the beginning to the end, and Jan was just unbelievable.
When you find out that Jan's not racing here, and when I was talking to Sebi, he was bummed because he wants to race the best people on the best day. I'm guessing you're the same.
It's the same. When you come to the World Championship, you just expect to race the best in the world. Otherwise, you just go to another race.
Right.
So, you always want to race the best ones, and Jan, no doubt, is probably the number one to beat in a race like this. So, I think we are all a bit bummed.
What are your expectations here? Rookie?
It's hard to predict. I don't really know. I just trained the best I could and think I'm fit. I hope I don't make many mistakes. I hope I can pace myself properly and just do the best I'm capable of. It's hard to predict because most of the guys I'm going to race, I never raced them before.
You've never raced them before?
So I don't really know what to expect, but I'm confident and I just want to give my best shot.
When you look at your career, when you're starting out as a young boy in this sport, could you have ever imagined what it would lead to?
Not really. And I remember watching this race when I was a young kid, and I thought these people are crazy doing that. And here I am now after many years of racing. But you always have dreams when you're a kid. You want to be a world champion. You want to do this and that, but you don't really see it as something very possible. Right. But you train for it, and you go step by step, setting small goals first, and then that lead to bigger ones. And luckily for me, I had the passion that I trained really hard my whole life, and I was successful, so I can't complain about it.
There's really only, when I look at the list, there's only one title that's not on here, and that's Ironman World Champion.
Yeah, that's right. And so this is my first try. We'll see how it goes, but hopefully it's not the last try.
Hopefully we'll see you back here over and over and over again.
Hopefully.
How about a round of applause for the most decorated triathlete in history, Mr. Javier Gomez.
Better ready in waves of 67. Better ready, it's barreling down the line. It's breakfast with Bob. Oh, yeah.
Another round of applause for Javier Gomez. Woo!